Imagine traveling into lands no one has ever seen, facing rivers, mountains, deserts, and icy wastelands. American explorers risked everything to discover new places, map unknown lands, and change history forever. Today, we highlight the top 10 legendary explorers who bravely uncovered the breathtaking lands of America. Number 1. Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was one of the earliest European navigators to sail across the Atlantic Ocean. Born in Genoa, Italy in 1451, Columbus grew up near the sea and worked on merchant ships as a teenager. In 1492, he convinced the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella to sponsor his voyage west, believing he could reach Asia. Sailing with 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, he landed in the Bahamas, not knowing he had discovered a continent unknown to Europeans. Columbus explored islands in the Caribbean, left men behind to establish a settlement, and returned to Spain with accounts of the land and its people. Though he hoped to find gold and riches, he found little. He made 3 more voyages, exploring parts of the Caribbean and the northern coast of South America. On these trips, he faced revolts, shipwrecks, and criticism for his treatment of indigenous people. By his final voyage, Columbus had lost his titles and returned to Spain, where he died in 1506, leaving a legacy of exploration that would open the Americas to European settlement. Number 2. Meriwether Lewis. Meriwether Lewis was born on August 18, 1774, near Charlottesville, Virginia. He grew up on his family's plantation, learning responsibility early after his father died in the Revolutionary War. Lewis joined the Virginia militia in 1794 and later the U.S. Army, rising quickly through the ranks because of his leadership and intelligence. His skills caught the attention of President Thomas Jefferson, who appointed him his personal secretary in 1801. In 1803, Jefferson asked Lewis to lead an expedition into the newly purchased Louisiana Territory. Recognizing the scale of the journey, Lewis invited his close friend William Clark to join as co-commander. Together, they planned what would become the Lewis and Clark expedition. Lewis studied astronomy, botany, zoology, and medicine to prepare, making him the expedition's field scientist. He kept detailed journals, collected plant and animal specimens, and recorded interactions with Native American tribes, providing invaluable knowledge about the American West. Number 3. William Clark. Flowing naturally from Lewis's preparation and leadership, William Clark shared equally in the expedition's challenges. Born on August 1, 1770, in Virginia, Clark was the 9th of 10 children. His family moved to Kentucky, where Clark joined local militias and later the U.S. Army. Clark's experience with Native American relations and frontier survival made him a perfect partner for Lewis. As the expedition set out in 1804, Clark acted as the principal mapmaker and waterman, charting the rivers and landforms that would guide future settlers. He maintained meticulous journals, often showing detailed descriptions of landscapes and people. Clark also built strong relationships with the Native Americans they met, gaining allies and interpreters who were essential to the expedition's success. His work established accurate maps of the Western territories that remained in use for decades. Number 4. Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone became famous for helping settlers move west of the Appalachian Mountains. Boone was born in 1734 and became an expert woodsman and hunter. In 1775, he blazed the Wilderness Road through the Cumberland Gap into Kentucky, opening the region to settlers. He also founded Boonesboro, one of the first English-speaking settlements in the area. Boone served in the militia during the Revolutionary War and was captured by the Shawnee, living among them for months before escaping. Above all, his knowledge of the frontier, leadership in battles such as the Battle of Blue Licks, and role in guiding settlers made him an American folk hero. Boone's journeys provided safe paths through previously dangerous territory, and inspired generations of pioneers seeking new opportunities in the Western lands. Number 5. John C. Fremont. John C. Fremont emerged as a bold and controversial figure in the mid-19th century. Born in 1813, Fremont was well-educated and highly intelligent, but he disliked rules and authority. He became a surveyor and explorer, leading 5 expeditions between 1842 and 1853. Fremont mapped the Oregon Trail, the Great Salt Lake, and parts of California and the Sierra Nevada. Alongside his guide Kit Carson, he climbed mountains, mapped rivers, and recorded his observations, creating valuable information for future settlers and railroad companies. His journeys were often dangerous, including violent encounters with Native Americans, and he became famous as the Pathfinder. Fremont's wife Jessie helped publicize his adventures, turning his exploration into a national story that inspired the idea of manifest destiny and westward expansion. Beyond exploration, Fremont played a role in California politics and became the first Republican candidate for president in 1856, showing how exploration could intersect with national ambition. Number 6. Zebulon Pike. At the same time, Zebulon Pike explored the southwestern regions of the United States, adding to the knowledge of the Louisiana Territory. Born in 1779, Pike was sent by General James Wilkinson on 2 major expeditions. In 1805, he set out to find the source of the Mississippi River and to interact with Native American tribes along the way. Though he did not locate the river's true source, Pike documented his travels and returned valuable geographic and cultural information. On his second expedition, he explored areas near the Arkansas and Red Rivers and crossed into Spanish territory, where he and his team were captured and escorted back. Pike's careful records and maps helped later explorers and informed the United States about these distant regions. His adventurous spirit, military service, and contributions to exploration made him a key figure in early American frontier history. Number 7. Kit Carson. Kit Carson was born in Kentucky and raised in Missouri. He experienced hardship from a young age after his father died, forcing him to work on the family farm. At 16, Carson joined a merchant caravan to Santa Fe and soon became a skilled trapper and guide. His life in the West included becoming a mountain man, living among the Arapaho and Cheyenne tribes, and ultimately marrying within the tribes. Carson became widely known as the guide for John C. Fremont's expeditions, helping map the Western territories and opening them to American settlement. His later military role involved enforcing government policies against Native Americans, including participation in the forced relocation of the Navajo, known as the Long Walk. Carson's life combined adventure, survival, and a controversial legacy shaped by his role in westward expansion. Number 8. Robert Peary. Robert Peary's life was defined by the pursuit of the North Pole. Born in 1856 in Pennsylvania, Peary joined the U.S. Navy and developed skills in engineering and navigation. His obsession with reaching the Arctic's farthest north led him on a series of dangerous expeditions to Greenland and northern Canada. Peary learned vital survival skills from the Inuit, mastering dog sleds, igloo construction, and traveling light across ice fields. His careful planning and use of relay supply depots became known as the Peary system, ensuring that only the final assault team carried minimal supplies to the pole. In 1909, Peary claimed to have reached the North Pole, sparking both celebration and controversy. His expeditions demonstrated endurance, adaptation, and an innovative approach to polar exploration. Number 9. Richard E. Byrd. Finally, Richard E. Byrd brought aviation into exploration, expanding human reach over the poles. Born in 1888 in Virginia, Byrd came from a notable family and developed a fascination with flight. By 1926, he claimed to be the first man to fly over the North Pole, and in 1929 he flew over the South Pole, pioneering the use of airplanes in polar research. Byrd organized large expeditions that combined modern technology with careful planning, raising funds from investors and coordinating teams for long-distance flights. He frequently returned to Virginia to share his discoveries and lectures, linking local heritage with global exploration. Byrd's life spanned a period of immense change, bridging early aviation, polar research, and the rise of the United States as a global power, leaving a legacy of both scientific achievement and daring adventure. Number 10. Neil Armstrong. Next, Neil Armstrong took exploration beyond Earth. Born in Ohio in 1930, he dreamed of flying from a young age. At 6, he rode his first plane and knew the sky would be his home. Neil Armstrong's iconic words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," on July 20th, 1969, when he stepped onto the lunar surface. These words continue to resonate throughout history. Before Apollo 11, Armstrong faced danger many times. During the Korean War, he flew 78 missions in a jet fighter. As a NASA test pilot, he pushed experimental planes to the edge of space. Even when the Lunar Landing Research Vehicle crashed beneath him in 1968, he survived and continued his mission. Finally, on July 20th, 1969, Armstrong guided the lunar module through a rocky lunar surface, showing calm precision and courage. Millions watched as he stepped onto the moon, forever changing human exploration. If you enjoyed learning about these brave explorers, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories from history.